Sorry for the move. Ah, let's see. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Hello. I'm so glad to see you. My little stand is not staying put. Sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna set you there and try to get my stand set up. So I apologize. Holy cow! I know I had it last week going, and then right at the last minute, it like kind of died on me. It just fell. So I appreciate you hanging out. I am Dory with Prairie Scraps. You're not necessarily seeing a great view of me today, are you? Kind of a bad view. So I apologize for that. You know, last week I took it all apart so that I could use my stands for recording concerts, and you know what? I haven't figured it out yet. There you go. You got a really messy view. All right. If you ever wondered what it looked like in my mind, that's what it looks like. It is a hot mess. So hello. Happy Monday. I am so glad you're here. My name is Dory Stoll with Prairie Scraps, and we are going to do a repurpose from the thrift store. Sorry, that was loud. We are going to do a thrift store redo today from a sign that I found at the thrift store. I've already made one of these. Oh, I made a coffee sign few weeks ago and donated that for a fundraiser. So I thought I'd use, there was two of them. It looked like somebody had made some, this is what it is. It's kind of like a rough board. I'm sure somebody cut it, but actually it was pretty well sanded down on one side. And then it said something like, you know, like with an arrow, like dying this way. I can't remember. You'll have to go back and let me know what you see. So anyway, if you're here for the first time watching, I appreciate you being here. Say new down below. I'm kind of switching over from YouTube to here. And the reason for that is from Facebook to YouTube, because, you know, the Book of Face has not been cooperating very greatly with me. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here and do a little crafting. I try to go live every Monday and Thursday about 2 o'clock Pacific time. So here we are in Idaho in my little camper doing a little bit of crafting today. Like I said, I'm going to repurpose a thrift store find. So I hope you'll join in, say hello, and make sure, I don't know if I'm not, oops. No. I don't know what I just did. I don't want a green screen. Oh, I did something. I didn't mean it. Sorry about that. I was like, what is that? That's not what I want. Hello, Erica. Thank you. And please keep it clean if you, India. I'm in Idaho, the United States, which most people don't even know where Idaho is if they're not from Idaho. So please keep it clean. We are a crafting channel here. Happy birthday. I don't know why you have a girl's name up, but okay. You will be blocked from the channel if you can't keep it appropriate. So I appreciate that. But do make sure you subscribe and like and hit that little bell so that you get notifications of when I go live. And keep it clean, right? Let's have some fun. So today I thought I would use this board. I got it. It had a kind of a wedding sign, like, you know, I can't remember what they said. There was two of them. Like you could, like, I don't know, ceremony or something, you know, something like directions with an arrow pointing. It wasn't very light. Somebody had hand done this. This looks like a split log locally. So anyway, it doesn't have the bark on it any longer, and it was really sanded down really nicely. So I just took my sander to it and got the lettering off so that I could start here. I'm so glad that actually YouTube is working in my favor as far as if you're not appropriate, you will be removed. So I appreciate you not wasting anybody's time. That's kind of, I'm not sure what you're trying to get across here, but please, I'm going to put you in timeout if you can't be nice. So anyway. All right. So I appreciate y'all for being here. I'm going to do a sign. So Easter is finally over. I hope you all had a very blessed Easter. We had the whole family and all the grandkids here. So it's a lot of people. I think that puts us up to, I don't know what it puts up, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 3 more. That puts us to 12. I think we're an even dozen when we get everybody together. So a dozen people for lunch. We did a little egg hunt for the kids in the front yard for the grandkids, not the kids, not my kids, the grandkids. But anyway, that was fun. And, just recovering from that, trying to get everything back together in my life. I may be using that retro. I don't know. I'm just looking for a blue because actually colonial blue is the color. Colonial blue is it. We are going to do, we're going to use this transfer. It's red, white, and blessed. And I think I can fit it on here. So stay tuned. Just goes to show you, you don't have to use transfers exactly how they look on the transfer. I don't know why I've got so many pastes out here. I guess I haven't been cleaning up. I'm going to put the thing out here, but we do want some, hopefully I can find my white. Now that I think about it, I was struggling to find white the other day. So hopefully we can find that. Get the green put away here. We got our blue. We just need to find our red and white. And maybe I'll end up having to use our this one. Nope, that's saucy. Maybe I'll have to use our vanilla instead, because I know I can find vanilla, but I cannot find... Boy, this is a lot of orange. La la la. I don't know why I've got so much orange. Why don't you, just for fun, put your favorite color in the messages. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is pink. Oh, I found my blues. I'm getting warmer, maybe. I don't know. There's more blues. Blues and purples. Oh, I guess I didn't grab the right one. Maybe it's the bottom one. I don't know. The sky is falling. Sorry about that. So anyway, I feel kind of safe now that we're finally out of the Easter celebrations. We can move into the doing the 4th of July things. Oh, I am terrible. This one is a no. I need to get these more marked, but I would also need to see, I'm not going crazy though. This has blues and purples in it too. And so does this. And that's gray. I don't know what's going on with my colors, to be honest. And then I think this is oranges. I don't know. Where are my reds? Orange and yellow. Double-sided. These are not the easiest. I keep them in bags. It would be easier just to... Oh, I found it. Maybe. I don't know. At least put my pinks in here. That's Jolene, which is way too bright. That was a shimmer watermelon. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Well, I'm going to just stick my yellow back in here so it's out of the way. What have I done? Oh, that was dumb. I have it sitting over here. That's Napa. That's not it. Let's see. Oh, this is bright white. I found bright white. Congratulate me. That one I know is not. That one is so funny. I've got so many things going here. Anyway, so I'm just looking for your simple red, white, and blue, and it's posing to be more of a problem. I don't know. I might trade that out a little bit. So pomegranate. I don't know why they're not in their place in my bags. I think that's the issue. I'll have to fix that in a little bit. Not when you're watching. I do not need Nampa. That's for sure. All right, set that aside. So this is the first time I'm using this transfer, and the first time I used the sticky back transfers. These are silk back transfers. So even though those white spaces are there, they actually has fabric, silk fabric there. We had an exciting weekend. Besides having Easter yesterday, the day before, we went and got our fair pigs. So that was exciting. We had to drive, about an hour and a half away to get our fair pigs. Pick them up, we had to pick them which is quite a production. There was like a dozen pigs going out of the place we were picking up. So then you pick a number and they go in order of, that number. And that's what order you get to pick your pigs in. So the girls got their pigs. We got those all settled back in. And by the time we got back home, after settling the pigs in at home, boy, we were tired. Okay, so I think this is going to work here by putting the white and blessed over here and then putting the red over on this side. So that is my plan, and it does fit here. And it's kind of a wonky little board. Trees aren't. So the red is going to be just a little bit. I'm going to angle the red this way, up and down, if you can see that. And then put white and blessed here. And that is going to be my sign, I think. And I want to put, actually, I probably, now that I put that yellow away, I want to put that yellow up over here underneath the red. So I'm going to start with the star because I want that star to be right here. The reason we fuzz it is because the first time you use it, you don't want it to stick too hard to your surface. Let's see what we got for yellows. I think I'm going to use a softer yellow here. This one is Sunnyside. So we're going to use that to make this. And this is our chalk. This is chalk paste and it's water soluble. So you can see I got kind of chunks in there. If you get kind of chunky paste, you can add a little bit of distilled water to it and loosen it up and stir it up. And so I'm going to see if I can get this the right consistency. You want it to be yogurt consistency. So I think there's some soft parts in here. It's been a while since I've been using yellows. Yellow's kind of a spring summer color, so I haven't been using them very much. We could always go to one of the gold colors like Nominee or yellow for the star. I don't know. Maybe we won't do this, but I'm going to mix it in really good and try to get it. It's kind of gooey and stringy right now because it's been so long since I've used it, but it just goes to show like how long you can, like this is from last year. So well over a year I've had this Sunnyside color. And so it's totally going to be usable eventually, but I may, because it's so thick right now, I may wait for the water to kind of soak in and soften it up a little bit before I use this for a project, but we'll see what we can do. So are you guys ready for doing the summer? What kinds of things do you have coming up here this spring? What kinds of things? It feels like all of a sudden spring ramped up everything. Getting the pigs for us ramps up having to go take care of the pigs every single day. Thankfully, my daughter has a driver's license and a car, so she actually out to the pig pen. She can't take her car out there, so that is, she'll have to take my truck out. I guess I'll have to send them when they get home from school. And I don't have to go to school with them. So that's the other thing. I feel a new sense of freedom at this point, having the girls on their own. But that'll all end next year because she's going to go off to college with said car. And, but I am going to enjoy it and feel blessed while it lasts. I'm going to tell you that. It's so nice when you have somebody who's extra person in the house to do all the errands and take people places. So that is nice. That is nice, nice, nice. All right, so I'm getting this to the right consistency so I can chalk this on here. This is a chalk paste and it's designed, you just want it to be like yogurt consistency. That's what I'm going for here. Ooh, wipes are chilly. It's been a little chilly here in Idaho in the mountain area. It was kind of chilly yesterday. I kind of wore a jacket while the kids were doing their egg hunt, but it was beautiful. The sun was out. Sun's been out on and off today, but I don't think it's here to, we do have an overcast kind of look about things. So I think it's just been on and off raining. So of course, because it's a laundry day. All right, let's see how this works out. Now, because this board is kind of bumpy and a weird surface, I'm going to go ahead and just come from the outside edges of this little star in because I don't want it to smear. All right, there we go. I don't want it to smear outside the edges. Sometimes it will just kind of smear. the nature of having a bumpy board underneath. It has lots of little pores and things. All right, put all that paste back in that you're not using, because you can use that next time. And I'm going to set this aside so I don't make too big of a mess here. Let's get that off before we get too far here. You want to work kind of quickly with paste, because if it dries too much in the transfer, you'll find like empty spots in your piece, and you don't want to do that. So just peel it, you know, paste it and peel it right away. Isn't that cute? So perfect. It is kind of a rustic look to it, so that's what the dots are that you can see through. Isn't that pretty? Just a perfect little star. I'm going to top this paste off with a little water, and when I pack it away again, it will totally absorb that into it and just make it a little bit better consistency next time I open it up. Hopefully it won't be as long. It won't. We'll be full-fledged into summer here. Really quickly. So piggies, and then we have this next week. Boy, it is a busy, busy week. We have prom on Saturday, but I also have 2 orchestra concerts this week, so lots of practicing. Orchestra practice on Tuesday, concert Thursday, concert Saturday, prom on Saturday, and then nail appointments on Tuesday and Wednesday morning. So just busy, busy week. So I'm trying to get the laundry done. Mondays are always laundry. So this is what my plan is to put that red over the top. But first, to position it correctly, I am going to do the red and white, or the white and blessed over on this side, and it just fits. So I'm going to put that down, and I want to do the white and in white, and then the blessed in blue. Hope that makes sense. So it sort of looks like our, I guess the American flag has white and red stripes. I might actually move this. Well, no, that looks right. This board isn't straight, so it's a little hard to kind of line things up, but I want it to look nice. Imagine that. So there we go. Get another little squeegee. And I'm just going to do the white here. I might need to bring, oh, and Friday night, I forgot, can't forget, Friday night we have our craft class locally at the Craft Hideaway. So if you are in Grangeville, Idaho, you can come join us live. I've got a couple more boards available. So if you're wanting to join in, I still have a couple available. So let me know if I can get you more details about that. It's an in-person class, craft class. Gonna be so much fun. We're gonna make some 10 by 12 boards, as well as get that and down. You don't want any bubbles. I'm just squeegeeing that. Hopefully you can see this here. Squeegeeing this across here. You don't want any bubbles in here. Otherwise it'll go underneath the transfer. Not the end of the world. We could always, because it's wood, we can always just come in and I'm gonna just peel the white and, literally white and, oops, it got a little dry and lumpy here. So it's kind of coming off on this. But I think it's gonna be okay, because I think it'll just kind of look rustic. I don't know. It's a little less white than I would like. Can you see that? Like where the W is and the top of the T? I think I want to go right across this top section again. So that's the cool thing about this. If you leave it set in the same spot, you can go back over it again. So we're going to try to find a nice wet, was it the end? Nope, the end looks okay. So just across the T and the W, we're going to redo it a little bit here and see if we can't get it to come out just a little more clear. This doesn't always work, because sometimes it just sort of goops up on it and you can't do anything about it to get it reactivated. So in that case, all you have to do is take the transfer and wash it with water. Let it dry on both sides. No, it's not going. It is not. Sometimes too, this is the other thing I like to do. Sometimes I'll just see if it'll work in a little spot here by wetting it down just a tad bit. There we go. Actually, that worked. So I'm just going to run my wet wipe over the top of this and see if I can get a little bit more of that paint activated on there. It's just, I don't know. Could be a combination. Oops, and I went over here a little bit. So if you can see, it's still a little bit weak, but I think it just adds to the rustic charm. But I did get this part of this R on here because it kind of hangs low on this. And I'm just wiping it off. So I got that off totally just by wiping it off with my baby wipe. I keep baby wipes on hand that don't really have any, no chemicals in them. You could use a Lysol wipe too, but I'm allergic to those, so I just use the baby wipes that have nothing in them. That way, you know, you're just pretty much using water. If it's safe for a baby's bottom, it is safe for your chalking experiences. That's how I think about it anyway. At least I hope they are. All right, this is Colonial Blue. Isn't that beautiful? And this one's a fairly new, just got this a couple weeks ago, so it's really new. This is how it should look, kind of glossy, and it looks like yogurt. Isn't that nice? And we're just going to do the Blessed here again super quickly because we don't want it to dry in the transfer. And sometimes the easier way to do it is just to kind of use just more than you think you're going to need. Try not to be, you know, too much, and then wipe off the excess right at the end. And that helps get it more evenly distributed. So we'll see how this goes. I think this transfer would work great on a t-shirt too. I'm looking forward to doing this on a t-shirt. So we'll see. Nice and slow. And like I said, the parts that you see off at this point, they're planned. So this one came out a lot better. And I'm going to stick this transfer on the backing to wait and do that red until we get the rest of this dry. Let me show you that. Isn't that cute? White and Blessed. Now we just need to go over the red, and I think it'll be okay. I'm actually thinking I'm going to put a little bit of, oops, and I see I goobered a little bit of white on my star here. There we go. Little wiping and it comes right off. But I'm going to just take a little bit of surface wax and go over this yellow star a little bit. Just add it to it so that when I put the red word over it, it's not going to peel it off with my transfer. So, and we want to get this, isn't that cute? So you can't really see the difference with that wax on there. I'm going to get this blue kind of, so when I put the other transfer on there. Make sure you subscribe and like, and, you know, hit that heart button for me if you're hanging out and watching my videos. Hopefully you can see it and you haven't gotten flagged because of whatever's going on. That helps me out. I'm just a small business owner. I don't know what the benefit is for people to go on and heckle and say rude things, but I apologize for that part of it. I wish it wasn't so, but it is. All right, now we're going to put red, and a little bit of the R is going to run off, as well as a little bit of the D on the edge, but nothing that's, you know, it's not going to make a big difference. And it is going to cover a lot of that star, but you'll get the idea. All right, which do we want? Let's shut our new blue up here. I think I really like cherry. It's a deeper, darker red than candy apple, but I think I'm just going to use candy apple because these are kind of brighter colors. I love doing 4th of July. We have a big 4th of July celebration here in our town. And so we have like a craft show going on during it. I think I might do the craft show. I don't know. I haven't decided yet for the year. Okay, when we're doing, whoops, The R has a little bit of white going through the end, so I'm going to come back to that in a hot minute here and try to, right where we went overboard on the other part of it. So hopefully it'll turn out okay and not look like pink. So I'm going to go over it again here and make sure I get it nice. Just picking it up a little, see if I can, hopefully we can get that. I'm going to peel it off. And I'm just going to set it back down so I don't lose my spot. But everything looks good, except I do see a little just dot of that white in the bottom of my R. So I'm going to, sometimes, it's not the end of the world, but I do want it to look, I want it to be red. There we go. A little bit better. All right. So it sort of emulates, although the stripes on the flag are red and white usually, it does a little bit emulate the flag with the star up on the corner and then the white and blessed. I just think it's cute. Cute, 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 cute. Ooh, there's a big chunk of red on the runaway. Anything around the outside edges in your jar will start to dry up. So I'm just trying to get it back in there, get it going good. Okay, set that aside. And we need to get our red off of our fingers, but that's it. Easy peasy. How easy is that to just take a board? I knew when I saw the bones of this board at the thrift store, I think I got it for like 50 cents. I think 50, maybe 50 cents a piece I got these boards for. And like I said, they had other words on it and I just sanded them off. I knew with it being real wood underneath, it would be fairly easy to just get it off. Isn't it cute? I don't know. Tell me what you think. What would you do different? Red, white, and blessed. I just think it's adorable, cute little sign to put up for the 4th of July season. And make sure that you follow me over on YouTube. Right here, subscribe, but also go over and check out, I do have a private VIP group over on Facebook. I'm not doing my lives over there, but I am still over there doing comment and questions and things like that. Specials, whatever, if you're looking for all that kind of stuff. I hope that you'll look me up on Facebook as well and Instagram. It's Dory Joe Stoll all together, I think, on Instagram. So, but all the information is in my description box, so please feel free to go ahead and click on through and join my other places. I do send out a reminder text for when I go live. If you want that, the text number is down below as well. So I hope you have a very blessed day and make sure you keep on crafting.